Howdy folks, thought I'd show a quick video. I haven't posted in a while. I've been working on a house project, and one thing I've done though, the house project is just about wrapped up, and I wanted to take both of these these are Locoparts Boiler check valves, and they have an interesting design. They use an O-ring and they have a little shuttle body that goes back and forth. It's a real sturdy design. I just took this off a few minutes ago, and it's interesting, when I first took it off, the shuttle was a little stuck in there, but I just pushed it with a little plastic rod and it freed up, and you can hear it rattling back and forth. So I don't think that was necessarily the problem. I don't know for sure, but part of the reason my buddies will be able to look at this and let me know. But we had water coming in, but it wasn't feeding. So these are just off the shelf parts. They're beautifully made, and I just put them on without taking them apart or anything. But here's the little shuttle body that goes in between. It has a little O-ring there, so everything looks fine there. Like I said, it was a little stuck, but that may not be surprising because of the boiler pressure. The last thing that was happening to it was boiler pressure pushing down on that body, making a seal onto the bottom edge down there, and with that cap on top of it. So I'm going to take these apart on both sides. That's going to be part of my checking with the process with my steam test, and because we couldn't get the injector to feed. There's the injector. It's a super scale economy injector, which I bought years and years ago, and Fred did troubleshoot it a little bit. Sorry about the finger in the camera. Troubleshot it a little bit while we were doing the steam test, but it wasn't adding water to the boiler. So those are a couple of obvious things: checking the connections, checking the check valve, and the other thing I'm going to do, I'll do a whole separate video, or maybe several. There is an axle pump. That's my other means of getting water into the boiler, and the axle pump is underneath there. Simply put, you probably, if you're a builder and you know what you're looking at, where my finger is, if you see a shiny silver steel shiny rod down there, that's actually the piston for the axle pump, and it goes in underneath the connection in between the two cylinders. So that part of it's a little difficult to get to. The ball valves are not that hard to get to, and I'll show that at a later date. And that's the other thing I need to check. So checking the little ball check valve things, making sure they're free and can move, and then getting set up for the next steam test. Those are the things that are on my agenda right now. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I have the tender right there. I'm seriously thinking about adding a hand pump to the tender. It would be nice to have a backup in case things, in case you don't have any other choice. So I've been reading, there's a nice thread on the Chasky group lately about piping a hand pump through the water supply line that goes to the axle pump. So this is the supply line here, goes down, the pump is underneath here, and it comes out. I'll walk around here. There's a lot of different ways to pipe it, but mine, I have it piped out here and goes up and into this. There's a T-fitting here and the boiler check valve over here. Same one, Locoparts item. And then, so if the valve is open in the tender, the water just returns, the return valve. If the valve is closed, there's back pressure that builds up, and you can use that to add water to the boiler as well. So I'll take this apart probably tomorrow night. I'll take that one out, to give it a check and look at the condition of my pipes and so forth. And I'll need to slide the locomotive forward, and I'll have it overhanging the edge of my test stand. I'll need to secure it so that it doesn't fall off, and I'll be able to take those valves, check the ball valves underneath the seats and the balls, ball checks underneath the axle pump. So that's tonight's update. Thanks for watching. I'll keep y'all posted.